Yo, what's going on, guys? K7 here, and today I've got a Yasuo guide for you guys. I've been getting asked a lot to make a Yasuo guide, and while it isn't alpha, the game is alpha lab and it's really early. I just wanted to talk a little bit about some pros, some cons, some team synergies, and pretty much just explaining my take on the character. But if you guys do appreciate content like this, please let me know by liking the video and sharing and leaving a comment for the algorithm. It greatly helps. And let's get into it. So first off, the game categorizes Yasuo as an all-arounder. There's other categories for other characters like bruisers or the like, but for Yasuo, they pretty much made him like good at everything. He's decently fast. He has standardized health, does decent damage, good range on his buttons. But the ease of use is the part that I feel like is a little bit cap. I feel like he's a little harder to use than 3. There's some other characters I feel like are easier to use, but they have the same difficulty rating. I feel like he's slightly harder to use, but the character is really fun, and we're just gonna go over some of his stuff right now. So before we even pick the character, it's important to know where we want to play our character, because this is a team game, right? It's like not like a traditional fighting game where it's like 1v1. It is 2v2, so you kind of want to have an idea of like where you want Yasuo to play. And I think Yasuo is probably one of the best point characters in the game, but you can run him as an assist. His assist is not bad, but as a point character, I feel like he benefits greatly from some like other assists. Like Braum is really good for him, or Ahri is really good for him with assists as well. But I feel like with Yasuo at point, you really can't go wrong. I think he's, like I said, I think he's one of the best point characters in the game. To follow it up, it is a team game, so you're not only playing Yasuo. You have to think about characters that you want to pair with him. And what's good for Yasuo is pretty much any assist that'll give me enough block stun to where I can start crossing up, or I can start doing like short hop mix and stuff like that. So the best assist that I found for this, at least for right now, has really been Ahri. But it's not only Ahri that's good with him. I think you could pretty much pair him with any character. I think Echo's good, as long as you have like a decent enough setup to like get your left right stuff going, or hop over the opponent or cross up. I think you should go for it. But for the sake of the video, I'm just gonna pick Darius. That's the team I've been playing. I think Darius is really good with him as well. And now before we even talk about Yasuo again, we gotta talk about some fuse stuff. So freestyle tag or freestyle fuse is the best fuse with Yasuo, I think, at least from my current testing. I've been messing around with some of the other stuff. I think double down is you can make an argument for double down, since you could just use a bunch of meter on a combo and just kill your opponents. 2x assist is pretty good too. It helps you like it helps you in neutral, and it helps you with your block stun or block strings as well, so that you can use that as well. I haven't really tried too much Fury, so I can't really speak on that, but freestyle is the one I've been using, so we're just gonna go with that for now. And let's just get into some Yasuo stuff. All right, so I think there's like infinite guides pretty much, or infinite starter guides on YouTube explaining like, oh, what each special move does and stuff like that. So I'm not gonna go too much into like, oh, this is his S1 and this is his S2. I feel like we've been seeing a lot of that, so I'm just gonna go into the more important stuff, at least the stuff that I think. So I'll really just categorize it into like pretty much you should be doing this. This is like the most important stuff you should be doing with Yasuo. So to start off, we're gonna talk about his normals. Your fastest normal is your stand light. This is your 5 frame, so you could like use it to get out of pressure. When you press it, it's +1 on block, but we use to get out of pressure and just mash out. And if you get a hit, you go into a combo, right? But that's like your defense option. So like if you're blocking and you want to mash something out, you can mash this, or you can mash this crouch light too. This is 5 frames, but this is 6 frames, so it's only 1 frame slower. But that's okay. I feel like that's still fine when it comes to mashing out. Mashing out on defense. Now, this is like I said, this is your defense button, but now we're gonna talk about his neutral button. This button is probably his best button. This is stand medium punch. Right, it's not medium punch. Sorry, they just call it stand medium in this game. I guess we'll call it 5M. But this is probably his best button. It's 0 on block, so if you do it and they block it, you don't have to go in anything. You can kind of just back off after. But you see that you get the hit, or you could like visually confirm, see if you get the hit. Right, I get a medium heavy, I got the hit. I'm going to my combo. Medium heavy, I got the hit. Or I could be like medium heavy, oh they block, I'm backing off. Right, you have the option to do that, so it's really good. You could really just like use your dash macro with this button, and the cool thing about this is that you could dash your macro forward and tap your button, and it'll give it a little bit of extra range and a little bit of dash momentum. But a really cool thing is that you can do it backwards as well. So like I'm like moving backwards while I'm pressing the button. The real like use of this would be like if you're trying to like backdash out of something, if somebody's like check, and like if somebody's doing a block string that kind of looks like this, like they're doing like check, right? They're just trying to see what you're doing. If they're doing like these little stagger block strings, you don't want to mash this button. You could like backdash and press this, and maybe you'll catch them walking forward, or you'll outspace a button and catch them. So I think that's really good with the Yasuo as well. And we're gonna talk about another important button that I think it is to use is this on block. So like this is down 2H. If you're doing like a block string, right? Let's say I'm doing down 2H at the end of that. It actually is plus on block. So it's a nice safe way to end your block strings if you see that you didn't get a combo. But you could also just do stance cancel. So like if I see that they're blocking, go stance, back off. But stance 2H is also pretty good on block as well. And you can still go in a stance and do whatever you want after. But let's go over one of his more important buttons that I think, because one of the system mechanics in this game is actually retreating guard. And I'm going to set the bot to retreating guard so you guys can see what's going on here. If you ever make your opponent pretty much block anything, if they're retreating guarding, or if they're doing retreating guard, retreating guarding, if they're doing retreating guard, a lot of times if you keep your block string too long, you'll start to whiff. Like you see how I just whiffed that 5-0. But if you see somebody doing retreating guard, a good button to press is your sweep, because Yasuo can combo off the sweep. So it's really important to just pay attention to what your opponent is doing on block. Because if you see them doing retreating guard, you have to be able to be like, oh, I'm going into my sweep. Like you have to be able to react to that and use your sweep to get people trying to retreating guard out of your block string pressure. Definitely very important. So it's called this is 3H, but you hold heavy to get the sweep. If you just press 3H, you'll get the launcher. But if you hold it, you'll get the sweep. So just something to keep in mind. And also sweep is safe on block. I think it's like -3, so it's safe. Really solid to pretty much mix this in a lot of your block strings. So a really important thing to know about Yasuo is that this is actually something I've seen a lot of people like be really confused about. Yasuo can pretty much cancel any of his special moves into his stance, into his calm stance. So this calm stance can be canceled after calm attacks. So calm stance light can go back into stance. Calm stance medium can go back into stance. Calm stance heavy can go back into stance. You get the idea. Everything goes back into stance. So you do anything you do, you can go back into stance. So with this in mind, off of this special move, you can go back in the stance. Like I could literally beat it to death. I could just tell you like, oh, this goes in this stance, this goes in this stance. But just keep in mind that for the most part, after your opponent gets hit or blocks anything, you can pretty much go in the stance. With the only exception being, I think this move right here. No, there's one move that doesn't work on hit on block. You have to do it on hit though. Yeah, this doesn't stance cancel on block. I don't believe. Yeah. Looks like I'm getting the stance cancel, but that might be late. Here, let me see. I'm still learning, so it's still figuring out. Yeah, no, you can stance cancel that on block as well. It's about the same. Just keep in mind, some moves you might be able to cancel on hit and not on block. And yeah, just keep that in mind. I forget, there's one of these moves that you can't cancel on block, only on hit. I'm not sure exactly which one that is. But why I tell you about this calm stance, you might think, it's because every time you go into pretty much anything on block, you can kind of like freeform your offense. So like, if I see my opponent is just okay with sitting there blocking, I'll just set him to block always. I'm doing my block string. You could do stance dash up light, right? That hits low. So like if they think you're out of low options, you can go for a low. And you just do stab, stance hop. So like it's good to just cancel pretty much anything that you're doing into your stance. Oh, I just gotta follow. It's good to cancel your stance into pretty much anything to where you can go into like on block mix if they're respecting you, right? But you can also use it to be like, okay, I want to kind of back off here. So it's good to keep in mind. And another thing about stance is that I know I told you on hit and on block you cancel in the stance, but it's important to note that whenever you use windwall, this actually counts as a hit whenever you attack windwall with S1. I'll throw windwall, S1, and I can cancel in the stance off of windwall. So it still hit Yasuo there, but like I'm canceling way before that hits Yasuo. So you can see I can just cancel it. So like a really good application of this would be a situation where say I have windwall up, also jumping at me, I could do stance cancel into 2H after hitting the windwall. Like stuff like that is really good, especially in a tag game where like I can cover a lot of space horizontally and then cover that vertical space as well if I see them jump. or I can cover this, call my assist, and then I see he blocked it, and I'll send this, and I can start trying to go in and look for something, right? Like, it's really good whenever you just start to expand your brain to try to use stance. But I'm not gonna beat to death about, like, you know, the stance stuff. I'm just gonna go over some combos because that's what everybody probably wants to see. So. All right, so 2 things about his combo routes is that going into the Rekka route actually scales the combo harder than doing normal launcher, and that's important to know because you can get more damage by opting not to do the Rekka. But it's still fine if you do the Rekka. It normalizes the range. So I think doing Rekka is fine in his combos. So like, for instance, if I do like max range, 5M, 5H, it's a launcher, I actually can't get this here. Oh no, I can get that there. There's a range where it doesn't work, you know, like yeah, right there, I couldn't get my my B&B. So at like a range like this, instead of doing a route that could drop, I could just go into my Rekka and then keep the combo easy. You just do that basic standard. It's like a standard B&B for Yasuo. There's some harder stuff, but standard B&B is literally gonna be this.
Chase the wind. You feel its spice. Chase the wind. You feel its spice.
So there's some things to note about Yasuo's combo routes is that sometimes whenever you're going for his combos, I'll just do like a normal basic B&B here. And when you try to end his combos, get his most damaging level 1 super, you have to do OTG Stomp into this level 1. But sometimes that actually doesn't work. As you can see there, that doesn't work. So we want to try to get the super because it does more damage than our other super. You can see this one is 285, this one does 220. So we're trying to get the other level 1. So a way that I pretty much circumvent this is like, I'll do like a combo route. And like if I go here and I go OTG Stomp and I can't do super, what I do is instead of ending the combo how I just showed you guys, I'll end it like this. So it'll be something like 2, 3, 2. Then we go for that. It's level 1 there. So all I did was after the stance 2H, I let the animation play out, and then I did full charge forward S1 into down down S1 super. So it's really good, especially when you're trying to look for a kill. You gotta make sure you can time that right there, and it's really good for going for kills because it does a lot of damage on that last part of the super. So definitely something you should be looking forward to. or looking to try to get. This also works with level 2. Like let's say I don't have enough for the full dash out level 3 combo. You know, I usually like you go for Yasuo combo, right? And then like, okay, I'm gonna just do super 1 into super 2. This is all 3 of my bars, right? Sometimes you don't want to spend all 3 of your bars. This is not really a route you always want to go for. But what you can do is the same route that I just showed you, except instead of going into the other level 1, we go into the level 3. Be like,
Chase the wind.
that's a really good and consistent way to hit level 2 without having to spend all of your bar. So this is a route you guys should be trying to do as well. And it keeps you on the same side that you started the combo. So if you start the combo in the corner or whatever, you can still end up on the same side. So it's just important to note pretty much when you're doing these combos with Yasuo. And really quickly, I want to make a note of the optimal combo ender for Yasuo. Usually, the route I just go for, like pretty much like the easy stuff, I just do jump H, 2H into the ender, right? It's 474. It's like a basic combo ender, which is fine. You can go over that. It's no issue, especially if you don't want to do this route that I'm about to show now. This route is a little bit harder, but you get more damage from it, and you could still, use your grafter. So, yeah, it does a little bit more damage. So if you want to go for the optimal route, and also give yourself a chance to confirm if you want to do level 2 or not. It gives you that little bit more time that you need to be like, okay, I think I'm trying to go for level 2 here. So like right here, I'm like, oh, I think I want to go to level 2. Now I can do it, right? I still have that idea or that chance where like right there I can go into level 2, or after this dance I could just still launch and then end the combo and still go for my level 1 if I wanted to as well. So now I don't have the character all figured out by any means. By any means do I don't have this character all figured out. I'm still learning stuff myself. I learn every day. I've been playing this is literally day 2, and people were spamming me for a Yasuo guide. But I don't really have like a all-in-one like, here, this is what you should be doing. I don't have the character fully solved, but I can give you guys some tips on how to like mix with this character. Pretty much the idea behind his game plan in Lock Sun and the neutral stuff is that you want to try to go for a sandwich, and it could be like this, where I'm sandwiching and then I get my pressure with my other character, right? I don't know any brown pressure. I literally just press buttons. I didn't know. Maybe I do something like that or something. I don't know. But pretty much with Yasuo, whenever you're block stringing somebody, you see that they're holding their block string, you can like tag into your characters and then go back and forth to try to cross up hits. Like 3, stomp. I hit cross up, and then I'm swap back. You could do a bunch with Yasuo pretty much if you're trying to go for the cross up stuff, like I am right now. Right here. And we could do some cross up stuff. Like you could do a lot with his pressure. You just gotta like pretty much, you can freeform the pressure and do whatever you want with this character. The idea is that you pretty much just like want the sandwich though. That is the #1 thing we're trying to get. Like, on block, we're trying to sandwich our opponent. Now, they do have counterplay to some of this stuff, so it's not like all just easy just to do. But you can do short hop double overhead. You can do short hop overhead low. Let me see if I can hit it. We can do double cross up. That's the mix up I just did. Cross up. Those both hit cross up, so that could work. And also, if we just wanted to do it in neutral, we could just do that. Kind of swap back, right? You could do a bunch of stuff, and then you just go for a jump. Like you could do whatever you want. You just freeform the pressure. And I don't really have any like complete solid, this is what you should do 100% of the time setups, but I could show you guys some like really solid like options as far as his Oki goes. So whenever you pretty much side swap with Yasuo, you want to make the assist jail, and then you can do short hop, and then you could buffer your button in the air, and then tag out to your assist. So it looks something like that. And then I can tag, and then I can go back, and I can short hop and go to the cross up. Or this is what I'm trying to show you. This is what it really would look like. Like right there, that hit low overhead. Or I could just swap the Braum and don't press anything with Braum and just wait, and then it could just hit raw overhead. Like you do like pretty much whatever you want with this. Like, or you could do nothing and then you just go to Braum and grab. Not Braum, but pretty much any character. You get what I'm saying, right? Right. But yeah, you just kind of do whatever you want for pressure. I'm still figuring it out myself. Braum is not the character by any means that I know how to play, but I can show you guys a really solid setup with a team that I like to use, which is Darius Yasuo.
But you are lost.
So, this kind of goes on the flip for like both characters. Like if you just pretty much, I could do like a block string with Yasuo and call Darius, and then I could do whatever, and then I go back into Darius and I'm looking for the grab, and I can go for low overhead mix or overhead low. So what Darius does is his pull, that right there is an overhead. So you can pull and do an overhead with Darius while Yasuo's on the screen, and then you can go low. So it looks something like Right. Pull. He's gonna do overhead. Oh, I didn't do it. I didn't press the button, but. Low overhead, and I can keep my block string going. Go for cross up again if I wanted to. Like, this character just has like an insane amount of mix-ups he could do, just by having the sandwich situation. Like I could do that, so that hits cross up. That's cross up stomp. Like he just has like so much. I can't even begin to make this into like super comprehensible, because I'm still gonna find more stuff, probably things that are even better. But just for the most part, just understand that whenever you're in a block string with Yasuo, you want to make him get to the other side. Same thing if you're playing with whatever character with Yasuo. Like I want to do like that, right? Do my block string, drop the Yasuo, do stomp, tag, let's just cross up low, and I'll go for the same mix, go for command grab, right? Like it's really like really fast paced, but once you understand what you're trying to do or what's going on, it's really, really good, and it's really fun. I really love playing this character, so you guys should definitely try him out yourselves. Now I'm gonna just show some like I'll show like an anti-air combo. This character's combos for the most part are all really the same, except you kind of got to end the combos a little bit earlier if they decide to jump at you. I guess it's in bot settings, right? I'll make him do jump. If you hit like a right here, we just go into the ender, and that'd be like my anti-air combo for Yasuo. So whenever they're jumping, you just press your anti-air button, which is your 2H, and then you go for your launcher. 2H launcher, 2H launcher, go down. Oh, I messed it up. 2H launcher. This is like the hard route that I'm going for. You don't have to do this. You could do like a much easier route. You could just end it here if you're not comfortable doing the other stuff, or we could just end it like slightly later, like where I do this. And you could just jump at them and end the combo here. You don't have to do the exact same route that I'm doing, but the route that I do is just what I'm comfortable with. So you guys could like definitely take out the ender if you want. You could just change up the enders to pretty much anything that you're comfortable doing. Once you start to play the character, you'll start to understand his combos kind of flow into each other. So like any hit that you get, as long as you could land this, like you'll start to realize that, oh, I landed this hit, I know I can go for my ender here, right? Like it just the character just makes sense to me, at least. Maybe you guys think he's too input intensive. I know a lot of people are having a hard time playing him, but I think he kind of fits. I understand what he's trying to do. I understand what's going on. So he's just trying to give some combo theory, just so you guys understand how to end your combos, especially off our anti-air or like an air-to-air route. It's the same thing, right? Like if I hit an air-to-air, I'm like, okay, I got the hit. I dropped it there, but same thing. You just do the easy ender. That's what I typically do when I get the hit. And then you could go left, right. You know, you can do whatever you can do whatever you want with this character. We got left, right stuff. We got dash cancels. We got everything. And that's gonna be it for the Yasuo guide. I appreciate you guys for watching, and I don't want the video to be too long, so I'm just gonna cut it short here. There's probably some more stuff I could talk about. Like I said, I don't know everything, but still, I hope you guys learned something from it. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Y'all take it easy. Peace.